Welcome to the studio. Today I want to take you around our studio, show you what we got going on here, share some of my favorite things about it, and break down financially what it costs us, if it's been a good financial investment for us, some of the plans we have. But first, it has functioned mostly as a storage room for our team the past few months, so it's got to get cleaned up a little bit, and then I will share and show you around. All right, we got the studio cleaned up. I've been needing to do that for a while. It just feels so good when everything's put away. Maybe that's just me. It might be just me. A little tour when you come in there. We've got the big roll-up door. We've got the side entry door. We've got a little coffee station right over there. We got a little fridge and some snacks. And we actually have a pour-over coffee. That was from my house, and I'm a little sad that we don't have the pour-over setup anymore. I would make it here, except the coffee is really old at this point. Anyways, we have up on the wall a nice place for some paper rolls. We don't hang them up there because they warp and they bend if you leave them hung up, at least with the little setup thing that we have. So we've got a space there. We got a nice table. We moved the table around. We moved the couch around. And then really the main component here is the cyc wall. Big cyc wall. It is, I know the walls are 12 feet high. I cannot remember exactly how wide they are, but it needs a new coat of paint right now, but it's pretty cool. It's one of those things like when you have a studio, it's just like that's what you want. And it's super cool that we have one. I'll give you a spoiler that this is probably my biggest regret for the studio. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's super cool to have nonetheless. And another rotation here, we have a nice little area here. We've got like these massive windows, and it's one of my favorite parts here. So we've got so much natural light, and we've got another space here that we can set up against this wall. And then we have a bathroom, and we have this little office area around the corner that we've set up as a little podcast type area. It's kind of like a little office, whatever you need it for. But we did put up some of those cool wood slat wall panel things, and we actually have some real moss, which is kind of cool. It's a little weird, but I really enjoy that. And yeah. That is our studio. Oh, we also have, back here we've got a little gear storage area, but it's not super clean. It does give us some nice storage space. I wish it was a little bit larger, but it gets the job done for now. All right, so I mentioned the natural light, the big roll-up door, super great to have. And I think we've got a fun little basketball hoop on the wall. That's pretty cool. But really, really practically, this place has not been the type of revenue generator we thought it would be. In fact, I don't think we have not really rented it out at all in about the year that we've had it for our team. And we have definitely not marketed it the way we should. So that's our fault. We've been busy with some other things that we felt were more of a priority for our agency. There have been a whole lot of other benefits. So one, we really needed a gear storage area. And that's, we were shuffling everything either between houses or, basically between, different shooters, and they store it in their basement or something, which was just not practical. We've got a whole lot of stuff here now. And then it's been a great place for us as a team to come together on a monthly basis. It's kind of our home base. It's right off 95. So if someone has to pop in between shoots, upload some photos, it's just been such a great place in that regard. And we all love getting together and hanging out. We get to do our team photos here. We get to do marketing content here. I mean, it's our space to make whatever we want, which is really cool. And it brings so much legitimacy to us as an agency. Even just having it in the background of our marketing content, people love to see it. It just makes us feel like a legit agency, which is kind of cool. It has definitely not been the revenue generator I expected. My goal was to rent it out a few days a month, just enough to cover the mortgage. To cover the rent. But that has not happened. And I know that's, it still can. But from a financial standpoint, it has not been a great investment. And I think my biggest regret is doing the psych wall. That's something that, like I said, as an agency owner and having a studio, you're like, oh, that's the coolest thing. When I was like, that is amazing. If we could have that, that would be awesome. And I'll see if I have any footage from when we got this space. It was empty. It was a blank canvas, which was cool, but also I didn't realize how much work it was going to be to get this place to a point of, I think we could rent it out, or it's now really an asset. And it was way more expensive than I thought. Our rent right now is about $1,800 a month with utilities. Not horrible, but very expensive for basically a storage room at the moment. And the psych wall, all said and done, was probably $8,000 to $10,000 with labor that was mostly my dad and I. And we painted the whole place. We put baseboard in. We put some flooring in. We got furniture. We got lights. We got a whole lot of things. So all in, I think probably at least $20,000 to get to this point. To not have any money coming in, that's kind of tough. But I'm thankful we can afford it at the moment. The last thing I want to say, as far as our biggest regret for the studio being the psych wall, I say that because we're not doing a lot of, product or like type of work that would require that. What we are doing and what we hope to do is more content that has a backdrop. And so I wish we'd done some reversible backdrops and use that a little bit more creatively for the type of work we hope to do. Not that we won't use it. I just think we could have done it a little bit differently, and probably that would have saved us some money and just been more versatile for what we really need. We do plan to build a reversible wall that's going to sit right over here that, we can flip around as we need to go against the windows with a natural light. So I'm excited about that. I think that'll be a nice addition. We didn't need the psych wall. I got excited. I didn't really consider what we really needed. And I wish I'd been just a little bit more practical beforehand. And we just needed a space. So I thought, we're going to get the space. We're going to do what we want and the business will come. And that's not what happened. For future plans, we want to offer more headshots. We want to advertise that better. We want to advertise marketing videos better, rental of the studio space, and spruce it up just a little bit more to the point where we might host like a monthly or quarterly event for agents and people that we work with, just to get the space used and get more people here, get more content going here. We also have all the equipment we need now for a podcast, for a 3-person podcast. So we need to start advertising that, and we want to use the space more. So this is our studio space. It's super fun. It's great. Also a little expensive. Would I do it again? Yes. I just would have changed a couple things. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this helps. I'm going to sit right here until I make a shot. This doesn't get used nearly enough. Ooh. All right. Ooh. Ah. Woo. All right. Pretty sure that was only like my second try.